Welcome to Asian Star Trend. Our channel updates hot news about Asia's most popular stars. Please subscribe and comment to help us update better videos. Will you become ugly if you shoot too many short dramas? A group of actors born after 1995 and 2000 have been forced to become uncles and aunts when the short drama She's Not Obedient, starring Zhao Zhendong and Zuo, premiered online. It quickly climbed the trending charts. Yet, along with its buzz came a storm of divided opinion, and at the center of the controversy was a topic no one expected: poster fraud in the promotional images. Zhao Zhendong was almost unrecognizable. A crisp white shirt, a tailored black suit, pale gold hair, and porcelain skin gave him the aura of an aloof, untouchable gentleman, the kind of man who seems to step out of a dream rather than a screen. But when the series aired, audiences were jolted back to reality. Under the harsh lights of the drama, deep eye bags and pronounced smile lines told a different story. To many, it felt like the man on the poster and the man on screen were separated by 20 years of time and life. This gap between expectation and reality sparked fierce debates. Was the production guilty of misleading the audience, or was the audience guilty of expecting perfection in an age of over-polished images? More importantly, what does this say about the way we consume beauty and storytelling today? Beyond the chatter, She's Not Obedient has unexpectedly offered something else: a mirror. It forces viewers to question whether they are watching to see flawless faces or to be moved by flawed, human stories. And as the drama continues, it's not just Zhao Zhendong's character who is being unmasked, but perhaps, in a quiet way, all of us. When the short drama She's Not Obedient, starring Zhao Zhendong and Zuo, hit the screen, it rocketed to the top of trending lists. But along with the heat came an unexpected storm, viewers accusing the show of poster fraud. In the official posters, Zhao Zhendong looked like the perfect leading man: white shirt, sharp black suit, pale gold hair, and flawless skin. One cold, aristocratic glance was enough to make fans believe they were in for a visual feast. Then came the first episode, and the illusion shattered. Even under heavy beauty filters and skin smoothing effects, the camera could not hide reality. Viewers were quick to notice his tired eyes, deep creases, and a weariness that makeup couldn't erase. It was as if he had stepped on set carrying the weight of sleepless nights, forcing himself to perform while running on empty. The contrast between the polished poster and the raw footage was so sharp it felt like 20 years separated the two images. The debate went far beyond one actor's appearance. Was the production misleading the audience, or were the audience's expectations shaped by a culture of perfection that no real person can meet? And more importantly, what are we really looking for when we press play: flawless faces or a story that resonates? In an age where beauty can be digitally manufactured, She's Not Obedient has turned into an unexpected mirror. It asks us to look past the filter and confront the very thing we often forget: the vulnerability and imperfection that make a story, and its characters, truly human. Even with heavy beauty filters and skin smoothing effects, the series couldn't hide his weary state. There was a lingering sense that he hadn't had a full night's sleep in ages, carrying a visible fatigue and a trace of hardship that no amount of editing could erase. A quick check of Zhao Zhendong's background reveals that he was born in 1996, not yet 30. Since he started filming short dramas in December 2023, the pace of his work has been nothing short of staggering. According to Huangguo's records alone, he has appeared in more than 50 productions in just over a year. That means, on average, 2 to 3 new dramas featuring him are released every single month, and the workload doesn't stop when the cameras turn off. Between live stream sessions, fan engagement, and constant self-promotion, Zhao Zhendong is rarely off-duty. It's no wonder, then, that the toll is beginning to show. The once fresh energy that marked his early appearances has visibly dimmed. The fatigue on his face, despite filters and makeup, has become a silent testament to the relentless grind behind the glossy world of short-form dramas. Just a few years ago, in the long-form drama That Sea, That Flower, Zhao Zhendong was still a wide-eyed, boyish newcomer with innocence written all over his face. Now, in short dramas, he steps into the role of the domineering CEO, complete with sleek styling and upgraded wardrobe. Yet, behind the polished image, The signs of fatigue are impossible to ignore, nor did his co-star Zuo escape the audience's sharp eyes. In the series, she appears in a crisp high school uniform, long straight black hair and thick bangs designed to radiate youthful energy. Yet the moment the camera lingers on her face, the illusion falters. The slightly sagging cheeks and heavy eyelids seem to speak louder than the styling itself, whispering that what she really needs is rest. The posters shape them into Barbie doll perfection: sleek, silky hair, white eyes, high-bridged noses, every detail exuding flawless refinement. But on screen, the reality is starkly different. What greets the viewer are faces shadowed by exhaustion, an almost hollow weariness, as if the very energy has been drained out of them. And to think she's only 27, she's not obedient, walking the razor's edge between love and ruin. The posters promised flawless idols, sleek hair, bright eyes, and porcelain features. What the camera revealed instead were two actors carrying the fatigue of relentless work, their faces drained of energy. That exhaustion, ironically, becomes a silent prelude to the story itself, a modern romance that strips away illusion to expose the rawest edges of human nature. As contemporary short dramas begin to explore the gray zones of emotion, She's Not Obedient delivers a narrative that hits like a sudden riptide. Against the glamorous backdrop of Xiamen's coastline, the series dives into a love story born out of rescue and spiraling toward destruction. This is the first creative pairing of screenwriter Zhao Zhendong, building on the momentum of his previous hit Young Marshal, Your Wife Has Run Away Again, and director Zuo. Together, they stage a high-stakes psychological battle, where sunlit villas become arenas of shadowy intent. The brighter the light, the sharper the outline of betrayal. At the heart of the story lies a gamble on survival. To save her brother after a devastating accident, the heroine signs a contract with the man whose wealth can tip the scales of life and death. In their forced cohabitation, feigned obedience evolves into dangerous dependence. Yet just before their contractual wedding, the mask falls. He shatters their fragile intimacy with cutting words and leverages her brother's fate as a weapon. When she finally dares to flee, his obsession tightens like a trap. The brother's tragic end marks the breaking point. She walks away with nothing but dignity, leaving viewers torn between anger and aching empathy. It is this descent from salvation to control that has made She's Not Obedient one of the most debated short dramas of the season. Rooted in real-world emotional dilemmas, She's Not Obedient refuses to stop at the surface of romance. Beneath a familiar shell of a kept relationship, the series dissects the tangled intersection of money, emotion, and morality. When survival itself becomes a luxury, can love avoid being reduced to a transaction? When reliance hardens into chains, is escape the only form of salvation? These unanswerable questions add a weight of realism that lingers long after the plot twists fade. Like the waves that rise and break along Xiamen's coastline, the emotions in She's Not Obedient are never still. They crash, recede, and return with sharper force. Through the rawest conflicts and the barest exposure of human desire, the series engraves a line between love and ruin. Its title becomes its argument: to be not obedient is not rebellion for its own sake, but a refusal to lose oneself in an unequal relationship.